2022 is almost over, and this year gave us a lot of new plugins to play around. Being for sound design, mixing and mastering, or production in general, we have a lot of cool new tools. So today I wanted to share with you my top 10 favorite plugins of the year. I know, really original, right? So without further ado, let's go! 2022 was also the year I started making videos for YouTube, and I have to say thanks to each one of my viewers, especially for my subscribers. You people made this an amazing year for me, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, do it right now. Also give this video a like, and if you want to support my content so I can continue making videos next year, consider becoming a patron. So again, thanks to all my viewers, especially to my subscribers. So let's go straight to the plugins. Number 10 became my favorite saturation plugin. I literally use it all the time, and I especially use it on drums to get a really aggressive tone. I'm talking about the Tube Culture by Arturia. This is an emulation of the Thermonic Vulture Culture, and it sounds really nice. Even some people that have played with the hardware unit say that this one sounds a lot like the real deal. Even if you go subtle with it, you can get air and sizzle, or you can also add weight and body. Just love it. It's a bigger than life kind of feeling to me. Number 9 is a synthesizer, and not any synthesizer, is a vintage emulation. And not only that, it's part of a big collection of different classic and amazing machines. I'm talking about the Korg MS-20 from Arturia. Of course, the best part of MS-20 is how dirty the filters can be, which gives you not only acid sounds, but also really nasty, aggressive and edgy kind of vibes. I love analog emulations, and this one is no exception. It has a really nice sequencer, and as it's a newer synthesizer by Arturia, it has a lot of different possibilities for your effects. If you're a Beatwig user, or even if you are not a Beatwig user, you may know that there was a really bad start when they launched the Spectra suite. It was not included in the update plan, and they decided to retract and make it part of the updates. And I'm really glad that this comes with Beatwig now, because they are really amazing tools that give you so crazy possibilities for sound design that I don't know how to start. Spectral effects give you new ways to mangle with your sound that other kind of effects that are not spectral cannot give you. And not only that, they also added a transient split within the Spectral suite, which is amazing because I use transient splitting to mix drums a lot. I have a video on that topic right here. Number 7 is a plugin that I don't have, but I really want. So go check my Patreon. The thing is, I have tested it a lot, and currently I cannot buy it, but I plan to do it as soon as I can. I'm talking about the SmartCom 2 by Soniball. I know that they advertise this with the inclusion of the AI that gives you better results, but to tell you the truth, the interface is so good, it's so intuitive to use, and not only that, it has a lot of features. I mean, look at this. Not only you have threshold and ratio, you also can change the attack and release curves, so you change the behavior of them. And of course, I'm just scratching the surface on everything that this can do. As I said, it's intuitive to use, it's really nice, it gives you amazing results, and it's powerful just by how good it is to make your workflow easier and faster. Number 6 is not only one plugin. I know that's a little bit like cheating, but I feel I need to talk about some plugins from the same developer. And the best part, these plugins are free. I'm talking about the newer plugins by Analog Obsession, and I don't know what that guy is doing, but it's really good. They are not only good quality, but he is making some weird analog-inspired plugins like EQs and compressors that are a mixture of different classic things. I mean, look at this. These are 4 or 5 different EQs that are mixed in one plugin. This means you have different colors for each band and different curves depending on what they represent. For example, here you have an EQ that's a Neve emulation but also an API emulation, and you can go in the middle just with this blend knob. He also is doing this with compression. For example, here we have a compressor that's VCA, FET and Opto, and you can mix those 3 kinds of compression on the same plugin, which is crazy. I mean, you can mix VCA with Opto to get a really different flavor and unexpected results. So these plugins are not here just because they are good quality and they are free, but also they are really innovative in what they are offering. Links are going to be in the description. And number 5 is an analog emulation of one of the most classic synthesizers of all time. I'm talking about the GX80, a CS80 and GX1 emulation by Cherry Audio. This thing just sounds gorgeous. Not only can give you Vangelis kind of sounds that are lush and epic, but it also can give you really modern kind of craziness. I have a whole video about this synthesizer, go check it out. I find it really good, and the best thing is that you can work with layers, so you literally have 2 instances of this synthesizer playing at the same time. Number 4 is my number 1 synthesizer of all time, and it's here because this year it got a really amazing update. The thing about Faceplant is that it has so many different options for generators, effects and modulations that you can make any sound you want. It has its own learning curve that it may be a little bit steep, but once you get the hang of it, you get so good results that you won't go back to other synthesizer. I mean, look at someone like Alchemy. He doesn't use anything that's not kilohertz. It also comes with a lot of different presets made by so talented sound designers that you cannot get bored with it. You could say that it doesn't have a granular engine, but you can build your own granular engine. I mean, look at this! This synth is crazy powerful. I think it's the best of the world right now. Obviously that's subjective, but it's the one that I like the most. Number 3 is so powerful and I use it all the time to mix, especially to mix drums. I mentioned that I use transient splitting for mixing, And that's why number 3 is Split EQ by Eventide. I mean, it's so good, so crazy powerful what you can do by separating the transient from the tonal part of a sound, and it can give you so much control on your sound, especially when you're dealing with drum sounds that has a lot of resonances, a lot of room noise, and even a lot of cymbal bleeding. I have a whole video about this, so go check it out. I'm going to go to number 2 in a moment. Just let me tell you that this plugin is a lifesaver, and I'm sure that transient splitting is becoming slowly a standard for mixing and mastering. I haven't had a granular effect which made me fall in love with it until I met Graindat. It's so easy to use once you understand everything, and not only that, you can modulate every parameter and get crazy results from every kind of sound that you feed into this. Not only that, Graindat has something that Sugar Bytes introduced on their Apparillo synthesizer, which is something like an XY control, but that affect all the parameters that you see here in different ways depending if they are close or far to this white dot. I mean, look at them dance. You can automate this by putting 12 different points on the screen. And not only that, you can also change like the position of all of these parameters right here, so you get even more crazy results. And finally, you can mix these two screens together with this mod mix right here. I love it, I use it all the time, and I also have a video on this particular plugin right here. And finally, for number 1, this one is so powerful and I use it and have so much fun with it, so it's definitely my favorite of the whole year. I'm repeating myself, so let's go straight to the plugin. This is Infiltrator 2, also a plugin that's a little bit older, but it has a new version this year that adds so much new features that I cannot leave it behind this list. I have a video on this one right here. It's crazy what you can do just with one instance of this. In fact, I'm experimenting a little bit with this plugin in a song that I want to make the drop only with one instance of Infiltrator. This part is the same as this part, only that this part has Infiltrator on. So let's listen if this experiment is working or not. Okay, maybe it was too much. I will fine tune it and maybe I will make a video with this challenge. Let me know in the comment if you will watch that. But Infiltrator 2 is a multi-effect that you can put 10 different effects. And not only that, you can automate the parameters of each effect depending on these curves. And you can sequence the different effects and you can go by different speeds and it's synced to your project, so you get this rhythmic kind of result. Go watch the video on it. I have other examples and even the example of me using only one sine wave to make a whole beat. So, those are my 10 favorite plugins of the year. Of course, this is my own opinion, you may differ on some of these plugins, but that's why we have the comment section down below. Let me know which are the plugins that you like the most this year, especially because I like to respond to all the comments on my videos. If you want to check out the plugins that I show you here, the links are in the description. There are some affiliate links. If you want to support the channel, consider buying them right there. And before we go, let me say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you are celebrating, and a happy new year. Have a really wonderful time. Subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.